Hello, my friends. It's Nick, the ASMR nerd, and welcome to 16th century Japan in Assassin's Creed Shadows. The world of Assassin's Creed Shadows is without a doubt the most beautiful rendition of feudal Japan that I have ever seen in a game. It is vast and lush and bursting with detail and color and character. It is truly breathtaking. And it is perfect for a relaxing ASMR wander with its serene temples and verdant, sun-dappled forests and winding paths and pastoral countryside. And that is exactly what we are going to do here today. We're going to take a relaxing stroll through this gorgeous landscape. We'll be wandering with Naue here, the game's shinobi protagonist, and no doubt a good tour guide for this area. We begin our wander today in the evocative Makinoodera Temple. This crumbling old place is overgrown with vines and trees as the forest slowly reclaims it, but it still has a beauty of its own, and apparently many cats. This one desperately wanted some pets. A sweet kitty. Probably not the last one we will find here at Makinoodera Temple. Many of the temples seem to have cats or dogs. I wonder if they're looked after by the temple's caretakers. Not only is this temple being reclaimed by the forest, but it's also suffered during the conflict that is raging across the land at the time of this game. As we wander, we will see many burnt and damaged structures. But we'll also see many beautiful and serene things, like gorgeous vistas that this gentleman here is admiring, and these mossy stones sculptures and shrines. Despite being somewhat run down, this temple is clearly still a place of worship. People come here to find peace, to enjoy the serenity, and in this late afternoon sun, you can see why so many people seek this place out. Just being here makes me feel calmer. I can feel my breathing slowing down. And the tension leaving my body. This beautiful carved gate marks one entrance to the temple. I'll head out that way shortly, but first, let's climb these worn stone steps and see what we can see at the top. Cool breeze stirs the undergrowth. All manner of leaves and insects blown on the gentle wind. Look at this incredible bell forged from iron. I wonder what it sounds like. Probably deep and resonant. And from this vantage point here, we can enjoy a panoramic view across this forested valley. There's a structure down there. I wonder what that is. Look at these mossy stones that Naue is perched on. They look so soft. And climbing vines on the posts. Everything is just so aesthetic. Thought I heard another kitty cat here. This one's just enjoying the sun. Do you want a pet kitty? Maybe not. I don't think kitty wants a pet. Not right now. That's okay though. I'm sure they get plenty of attention and love here. There's butterflies flitting about here as well, I've noticed. There's one right there. A beautiful spot up here amongst nature in the mountains. But let's take a wander. Oh, hello, puppy. Oh. Goodbye, puppy. Guess the dog didn't feel like a pet either. And he's off somewhere, who knows where. But I thought we would make our way down winding paths that crisscross this hillside. Along the way, we will soak in the beauty of these wooded hills, from the mossy boulders to the gorgeous wildflowers and cascading waterfalls. It's a little bit misty up here. Makes for this beautiful volumetric light, casting rays down through the mist. It's the early fall, and you can see the vibrant crimson of the maple leaves, and the carpet of wildflowers strewn across the hillside. Just stunning. Well, this fellow's hard at work, bringing some kind of supplies up the mountain to the temple. And of course, if we listen, we can hear all manner of insects and chirping birds and other wildlife in the undergrowth. Many animals call these forests their home. We will no doubt encounter some in our wander today. Also aesthetic are Inaoi's robes. What a beautiful outfit she has here. The gorgeous patterns, the embroidered flowers. Her katana as well is beautiful. Oh, something just ran off into the forest there, I think. It might have been macaque, I believe. They're Japanese macaques. And as we approach this tranquil pond, its gently rippling surface, we can enjoy the cool shade here, the slight mist from this cascading waterfall, and the soothing sound of the flowing water. I love the way the trees and the leaves move gently in the wind as well. To and fro. These vibrant wildflowers are lovely, aren't they? And these mossy monuments are both beautiful and enigmatic. I think I spy one of those creatures I was mentioning earlier. Look, a tanuki foraging along the side of the path. Oh, there it goes, loping away. They have a funny kind of run, don't they? Off to get up to mischief, perhaps. If you listen carefully, in addition to the insects and the sighing breeze, you can also start to hear some frogs. Just little ones. Perhaps little tree frogs. Croaking amongst the leaves. Just little ribbits. The afternoon is wearing on. This side of the hill is falling into shadow as the sun drops further in the sky. I expect it will be evening soon. I can hear more critters in the undergrowth, more tanukis, I think. I can't quite tell, but that funny run is pretty characteristic, so I'm going to guess yes. Oh, it's only small. A couple of very small things running away on the other side of the pond there. Of course, other creatures make their home here, from foxes, little kitsune, to boars, and many others. Yes, we're definitely approaching the evening. Look at these channels, these rivulets that have carved out these channels in the dirt path here. Very believable. Water would likely flow down here when it rains. And rain it does sometimes. Torrential downpours. In the distance you can see the spire of Tennoji Temple. I think we will make our way across this broad river valley. There goes a crow. Over to Tennoji Temple. Oh, many crows. As I recall, the Japanese crow is a distinct species from the North American crow, and they're a fair bit larger, if memory serves. Here we have one of those war-torn areas I mentioned, with burned out houses and skeletal trees. This little village must have been put to the torch. And although it's bleak, it's beautiful in its own way, especially in the warm glow of the setting sun. This is a very picturesque wooden bridge, isn't it? And it provides the perfect vantage point to enjoy the sunset, the last light of day. As the sun slowly slips down behind the horizon. It does make for very dramatic lighting, doesn't it? Oh, hello, sir. A wandering ronin marching off to parts unknown. Those crows sure are making a lot of noise, aren't they? I love these fields of blowing wildflowers. Oh, hello there. A little squirrel, or chipmunk maybe. Squirrel, I think, that we frightened off the path. And listen to those drums. There's an encampment of some type just off the path here. It looks like a military encampment. And someone over there is drumming. I'm not sure for what purpose. Here's a shady little pond. Let's wander along the shore so we can enjoy the gentle sounds of the water and the gravel underfoot. On the way, our footsteps send out ripples in the water. It looks quite refreshing, doesn't it? The sun is very low in the sky now, casting a vivid golden light that is suffusing the landscape. Even here in the shade of the trees, the golden glow is just everywhere, radiating in all directions and illuminating the leaves from the other side. I love how lush this grass looks. And we have come at last to Tennoji Temple with its magnificent entrance gate. It too has seen better days with vines climbing all over it. but it still retains a sense of grandeur and awe-inspiring beauty. Look at the painted panels in the ceiling there. Incredible. Did not mean to run there. Tennoji Temple is more open than Makinoodera, and somewhat less welcoming. The outer areas where we are now are frequented by all sorts of folk. The public are welcome here. But the interior part of the temple, where the tower is closely guarded by a sect of warrior monks. And as I've come to learn, they are not very welcoming to visitors. You can see there's a couple of them guarding the entrance to the interior, the courtyard of the temple. So, we shan't bother them. There's plenty to see and enjoy elsewhere. Now listen carefully. Now that we're down in the lowlands, there are different kinds of frogs croaking in the wetlands. Quietly though. It's quite pleasant, actually. I grew up in a place with springtime frogs that croak quite loudly, actually, in the spring. Let's take this little winding path. I believe it ascends this short rise, and I think from the top of the rise we should have a lovely view across the farmlands all the way to Osaka and Osaka Castle. Do I hear another cat? They're everywhere. This path is illuminated by flickering light from these lanterns. What would you call them? Lanterns, I guess. Stone lanterns. This one here is different, yet again, from the others. A small flame flickering within, casting a warm light on the mossy rocks and trunk. I believe this is a small graveyard. We do have a bit of a view from here, but I think we'll get a much better view if we were to climb up this gnarled pine tree next to us here. So let's do so. Rough bark, textured, gnarly. Big leap. And here we are. And there in the distance, Osaka Castle. Below us, rolling farmlands. A thick mist clings to the lowlands here, filling the hollows and valleys. And in the sky above, the silvery moon has emerged, bathing the land in a pale glow. All manner of birds flitting about up there too. They look like swallows, perhaps, maybe having their evening meal of insects. And I think, dear friends, that this is the perfect place to end our wander for today. The sun has set, the night has fallen. We had best find a comfortable place to make camp for the night and get a good night's sleep. We'll be lulled to sleep by the gentle croaking of the frogs. I do hope that you enjoyed this wander in feudal Japan today. I certainly did, and we surely will be going for more wanders here in Assassin's Creed Shadows. The landscapes and soundscapes are nothing short of sublime, and I look very forward to having you back here again next time. Farewell for now, my friends. And what would a relaxing wander be without some stalwart travel companions, the type who stick with you through thick and thin? Well, friends, here in front of you, you can see some of this channel's most stalwart travel companions, our supporters on Patreon and YouTube memberships. I appreciate their support so very much, and they allow me to continue creating the kinds of content that I enjoy making the most, and that you hopefully enjoy watching and listening to the most as well. If you would like to support this channel, you can find links down below to my Patreon and my YouTube memberships. There are 3 different tiers. I think you can find one that's right for you there. I certainly hope so. There's one very special tier, that is the Fusro-da tier, mighty heroes of this channel, who get a special spoken shout out in every one of my videos. And it is my great honor to read to you their names right now. Starting with Jake Loveney, Drummer Brit, Odin's son, and our newest Patreon member, Drew. Welcome to the Fusro-da tier, Drew. Over on YouTube memberships, we have Ragnar Ragnarsson, Joe, the return of alien test subject X59ZY, Brucey B3D Buchner, and our newest YouTube memberships Fusro-da tier member Eisregen. Haha. Welcome, Eisregen. And thank you to both Drew and Eisregen for joining up at the Fusro-da tier on their respective platforms. It is beyond kind. It is extremely generous. However, we also have some new members joining at other tiers as well. I'd like to give a big shout out to Tom Diekman and Naughty Mouse, Ether, Colby Richardson, Firebender Wings, and R Attractive for joining us on the Foos tier on YouTube memberships. It is so wonderful to have you on board. Welcome. Once again, a big thank you to all of this channel's amazing supporters.